Then let us discuss the second aspect of this water pollution, that is biomagnification. That is equally important, like the eutrophication. So biomagnification, that is also known as bioaccumulation, or it is known as biological amplification. Biomagnification, it is also known as bioaccumulation, or biological amplification. So this, in case of this biomagnification, what happens? When we release the industrial effluents to the nearby water streams, rivers, or any pond, lake, anything, these industrial effluents, they contain different types of toxic substances, heavy metals, and also certain that is a non-biodegradable substances like the chlorinated carbons like DDT, or you can take the case of other compounds. So when these toxic substances, heavy metals from the industrial effluents, they come to the streams, rivers, ponds, it becomes hazardous to our health. If you take the case of some heavy metals, suppose, so let us take some of the heavy metals and what is the harm caused by them. First, let us take the case of mercury. The mercury, it causes Minamata disease. Now, sometimes ago it was found that in Japan, some people suffered from numbness. That means there is no feeling in these different organs. So numbness in the fingers, numbness in the lips, and numbness in the tongue, unable to talk, then blurred vision. So when doctors examined them, they and asked what you have taken, then they told that we have taken this fish from the Minamata Bay. Minamata Bay, this is near adjacent to Japan, so we have taken. And when the water of that Minamata Bay was analyzed, it was found that they contain methylated or methyl mercury, which is quite poisonous. So where from this mercury came? It was found that the river coastal areas, there are certain plants which have released mercury to the sea, and this mercury has been converted to methyl mercury. And the methyl mercury has been taken by the fishes, and when these fishes are eaten by people, they suffer from Minamata disease, having blood eyes, numbness of the limbs. Then let us take the second case. The second is that of the cadmium. The cadmium also, it causes the disease which is known as itai. The disease is known as itai, and also it is known as ouch disease or itai disease. So in this case, usually there is painful bones. The bones will give a lot of pain. Side by side, there is lungs cancer and also liver cancer. That means bone and joint pains and liver and lungs cancer. in case of this cadmium. Then let us give a third example. The third example we can take that of the arsenic. And the arsenic usually it causes the black foot disease. It causes black foot disease. Black foot disease, and particularly this disease occurred in West Bengal and Bangladesh. And the symptom of this disease is the diarrhea as well as skin cancer. Diarrhea and skin cancer. Then another is that of the fluorides. Fluorides usually they cause the skeletal fluorosis and dental fluorosis. Skeletal and dental fluorosis. And another example we will take that of the nitrates. When these nitrates are added to drinking water and it is consumed, what happens? Now these nitrates will usually combine with the hemoglobin, and it will give rise to that is methemoglobin. It gives rise to methemoglobin, which is non-functional. It is non-functional, and it affects the oxygen binding capacity of hemoglobin. As a result, it causes a disease known as methemoglobin, or also it is known as blue baby syndrome. Blue baby syndrome, or we can call it methemoglobin. It causes anemia. So these are the different examples of these heavy metals. Now if we will take the case of this organochlorine, which is used in the form of pesticides. Let us take the case of DDT. Now this DDT is a pesticide, and usually it is an organochlorine. It is non-degradable, and it is lipophilic, cannot be metabolized, cannot be excreted. That means the DDT which we use as a pesticide, it is organochlorine, it is a non-degradable, lipophilic, cannot be metabolized, cannot be excreted. That means usually we use it in the form of pesticide in different crop plants. So when from the crop fields, there is a run of water comes to any water body. So when it comes to any water body, and the different types of aquatic plants and animals, they will use it. And either directly in the form of food or in the form of different food chains, ultimately it will come to our body or those organisms which are in the higher trophic levels, maybe birds or animals. So since it is non-degradable and is lipophilic, cannot be metabolized, that means it will be attached to our living tissue, and through this food chain it will go on accumulating in our body. As a result, the concentration of this DDT will be to such an extent that is toxic, so that ultimately we will suffer from different diseases. Now if we will give an example, it has been found that in case of the water, in water, the amount of DDT content is the DDT, amount of DDT content is 0.003 ppb, parts per billion, or you can write 0.0050 and 3 ppm. This is the amount of water present in case of water due to this flowing of water streams from agricultural fields. Now, in this water, there will be growth of phytoplanktons. And in phytoplanktons, the DDT concentration usually it is 0.003 ppm. Then the phytoplanktons through the food chain, it will move to the zooplanktons. And in zooplanktons, the DDT is found to be 0.04 ppm. And the zooplanktons are eaten by small fish, where the amount of DDT is 0.5 ppm. From the small fish, it goes to the large fish, where the DDT was found to be 2 ppm. And from the large fish, it usually go to the fish-eating birds. And these fish-eating birds, I am giving some examples. It may be seagull, or it may be kingfisher, where the amount of DDT can go to the extent of 25 ppm. That means through this food chain, how the DDT, the amount of concentration of DDT is accumulated through the food chain, this is one of the best examples. And when the DDT amount is 25 ppm in this case of fish-eating birds, what will happen? Usually, in case of fish birds, their calcium metabolism is disturbed. Then the cell becomes thinner. That means the cell of the eggs, and there is a premature hatching, and ultimately this will lead to the decline of bird population. That means when the DDT concentration becomes more, it will lead to the calcium metabolism is disturbed, then the cell of the eggs become thinner, there will be premature hatching, and there will be decline, ultimately lead to the decline of the bird population, which are in these fish-eating birds like seagull and kingfisher. This is how. And the same thing was experimented in a particular Great Lake of USA. In Great Lakes of USA, once one experiment was conducted in the Great Lakes. Continuously for several years, the DDT was spread on the lake. And when DDT was spread, it was found what is happening after through the food chain. It was found that initially, if the DDT content in the water is this small, 0.003 ppb, then it increases 1,000 times in the phytoplankton. And from the phytoplankton to this, it increases 13 times 13 times, and from this zooplankton through this small fish and large fish around 9 to 40 times, and from this large fish to this usually 25 times. That means through this experiment by spraying DDT to the Great Lakes in USA, it was found how it is magnifying 1000 times, 13 times, then 9 to 40 times and 25 times. This is known as biomagnification, and ultimately it leads to health hazard. So these are the two important things, that is about the eutrophication and biomagnification. Now let us discuss questions related to this. So one question, eutrophication of water bodies, eutrophication of water bodies leading to killing of fishes is mainly due to non-availability of first choice oxygen, second choice food, third choice light, fourth choice essential minerals. So this question was asked in AIPMT 2015. Now a second question. The second question is, which one is matched correctly? So first choice cadmium Minamata disease. The second one is mercury, then skeletal fluorosis. The third one is arsenic. This is black fungus disease. And the fourth one is fluoride, and it is Itai disease. And this question was asked in AIMS 2014. That means these are the type of questions coming from this discussion, that is eutrophication and biomagnification. These two are two important aspects of water pollution. So I hope you have very clear understanding and wish you a very bright future. God bless you.